In a world just absolutely overflowing with information, trying to pick up a new skill, especially something huge like a language,
Yeah.
well, it can feel less like learning and more like you're just lost at sea, right?
Yeah, totally overwhelming, just drifting.
Exactly. And what we're all really looking for are those aha moments.
Yeah.
You know, gaining knowledge quickly but properly, finding those shortcuts to actually being well-informed without feeling like you're drowning.
Precisely. It's not just about grabbing facts, it's about finding the structure, the efficient paths,
Yeah.
understanding. That's the real deep dive.
And that's exactly what we're doing today. This deep dive is custom tailored for you if you're looking to really master the absolute basics of English. Think of it as your essential step one to fluency.
Mm-hmm.
Because the sources we've looked at, they make it crystal clear. Without this strong foundation, any progress you make later on can feel slow, shaky. Honestly, just frustrating.
Like building on sand, yeah.
Totally. So our mission today is to light that path. We're going to unpack the core strategies, the practical steps for building that rock-solid English foundation straight from the sources.
And we're using this idea of a lighthouse, a guiding metaphor, sort of, with 4 clear steps, 4 beams of light, to guide your journey to fluency, so you don't lose your way.
Okay, so by the end of this, you're going to have a clear, structured path, real, actionable insights. And we'll even touch on some surprising things about the simple basics that often trip people up. A real shortcut, hopefully, to understanding language learning fundamentals. Ready to switch on that first beam?
Let's do it.
All right. Our journey starts right at the base of the lighthouse. It's something you might just skip over. But the sources are really insistent. Mastering the English alphabet. And it sounds basic, I know. But here's the interesting thing the sources point out. This simple step. It's often where long-term problems with fluency actually start. Even advanced learners can struggle with pronunciation because they maybe rushed this bit. Why is it so crucial?
It really is the absolute bedrock. And you're right, it seems basic, but it's a major stumbling block. The key thing, the source's stress isn't just memorizing A, B, C.
Right.
It's about training your ear and your mouth to recognize and make the, around 44 distinct sounds, the phonemes of English. That's way more than the 26 letters.
44 sounds. Wow.
Yeah. And if you miss that early on, it's like trying to build without mortar, like you said. The huge distinction, the one the sources really hammer home, is between the letter name and the letter sound.
Okay, explain that a bit more. Letter name versus sound.
Okay, take A. The name is A, right, like in say. But the sound, often it's A, like in apple. Completely different. Or O. The name is O, but the sound in hot is totally different again.
Ah, I see. Okay. I never really thought about it quite like that. So if you don't get that difference, every new word is kind of a guess phonetically.
Exactly. It leads to constant mispronunciation. Think about words like read, and read spelled the same, but the sound tells you if it's past or present tense.
Right, read versus read. Okay, so it's not just AZ memorization. It's the 26 letters, sure, but then really practicing phonics, how letters or combinations sound in actual words like T, each. Those aren't single letters, but unique sounds.
Precisely. And the sources really back this up. Practicing applying those sounds in real words is super effective. It takes it from theory to practice. You're connecting the symbol to the spoken language.
Makes sense.
There's a visual in the sources that shows it nicely. Learn letters, understand sounds, practice phonics, use resources. It's a whole package.
And the activities they suggest seem really practical. Watching YouTube for pronunciation, phonics, anyone can do that. Saying letters and words out loud, A for apple, B for bowl, it really cements that link. And then there's shadowing. You mentioned it. Can you explain why that's so good? It's more than just repeating, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Shadowing is about listening and immediately repeating exactly what a native speaker says. You mimic everything, the sounds, the rhythm, the intonation, even the pauses.
Like learning a song by ear.
Exactly like that. It trains your mouth, your tongue, your ears all together. It builds muscle memory for speech, which is absolutely vital for sounding natural. When you actually talk to people, you get the melody of English, not just the notes.
The melody of English. I like that. It trains the whole system.
Right. And the sources give specific tools, too, like BBC Learning English for sounds and pronunciation, and various YouTube channels for alphabet songs or phonics, even for adults. So concrete things you can use right away.
Okay, great. So we've got the sounds sorted. The next beam from our lighthouse shines on grammar. Now, the sources argue pretty strongly that without this, well, sentences just fall apart. It's not about memorizing endless rules, though, is it? What's the core idea here?
No, not endless rules. Definitely not at the start. The sources are clear. Grammar is the foundation for clear communication. Think of that visual they use, grammar as the bullseye. And the very first, most basic building block, sentence order. Subject plus verb plus object. Like the examples, I eat rice, or she likes music. It's not just a rule, it's like the basic blueprint for how English speakers think about actions. Getting that blueprint right early on is crucial.
A cognitive blueprint. I like that framing. It's like the sentence DNA. And then the sources also mention other key starting points. Personal pronouns, I, you, he, she, we, they. And those super common be verbs, am, is, are. Putting those together feels like real language starting to happen. I'm happy he is a teacher.
That's exactly it. And once you have those pieces, you can connect them to simple tenses. Present simple, I go, she eats. Past simple, I went, she ate. Future simple, I will go, she will eat.
Okay.
These are the absolute essentials. Mastering these lets you talk about things happening at different times, which you need for even basic conversations. And honestly, getting these simple tenses right makes you sound way more fluent than knowing loads of words but messing up the tense. It's about placing things correctly in time for your listener.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference in understanding. It's amazing how just a few core things unlock so much. So the activities they suggest seem designed to really drill this in. Like make 10 simple sentences with be verbs, and then practice changing the tense of one sentence. Take, I play football, then consciously make it, I played football, then I will play football. That feels like a really solid way to internalize it.
It is. It's about building those pathways in your brain through practice, consistent, focused practice. And for tools, the sources mention Duolingo for grammar basics, super popular for a reason, and Learn English by the British Council. Great starting points.
Excellent. Okay, so we have sounds, we have structure, the next beam from the lighthouse, vocabulary. The sources say start with words you actually use in daily life. What's the strategy so you don't just get lost trying to learn the whole dictionary?
Yeah, definitely don't try that. The strategy is all about efficiency and immediate usefulness. The sources basically point to the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule.
Right, like 20% of the effort gives 80% of the results.
Exactly. Applied to vocab, it means something like 20% of words are used 80% of the time in daily conversations. So focusing on those high-frequency words first, it's not just efficient, it's a massive psychological boost. You feel like you can communicate much faster.
Ah, okay. So you target the most common stuff.
Yeah, and the sources show this with a kind of brain visual, highlighting key themes, like sections of your mind holding essential word groups.
That makes sense. So the themes they suggest are like, greetings, hello, good morning, how are you? Colors, red, blue, green. Numbers 1 to 100.
Yeah.
Days of the week. Common verbs, eat, go, play, like, see. And family words.
Stuff you genuinely use every day, gives you immediate wins.
Right. You learn it today, you use it today.
And the sources really emphasize this daily vocabulary review cycle. It's shown as a loop. Review words, say them out loud, reinforce the memory. The key tip is repetition, repetition, repetition. Reviewing every day is vital to move words from just understanding them to actually using them.
So active recall. And the activities support this. Making flashcards, using apps like Quizlet Classic methods. But then crucially, using each new word in a simple sentence.
Yes.
Not just learning eat, but saying I eat rice. Maybe changing it. I eat fruit. I eat pizza.
Yeah.
You're applying it immediately in context. That must make a huge difference for remembering.
It's the absolute difference between passive knowledge and active skill. The sources are really clear on this. You integrate words into sentences you review daily, and that's how they become part of your active vocabulary, ready to go when you need them. No more searching for the word.
Automaticity. Got it. Okay, so we've got sounds, structure, words. What does this all mean for actually speaking English? Our final lighthouse beam. Daily speaking practice. The sources say even 5-10 minutes a day makes a big difference fast. That almost sounds too good to be true.
Well, it's not easy in the sense of no effort, but it's about consistency and direct application, not necessarily long hours. The sources use that stairs visual daily speaking is like climbing those stairs to fluency, step by step. This final step is where you pull everything together. The sounds, the grammar, the vocab, you start actively using it, getting comfortable just speaking simple sentences out loud. It's about overcoming that hesitation, that fear of sounding silly.
Oh, I remember trying to learn another language and thinking I could skip the speaking part at first. Just absorb it all. Total mistake. My sentences were nonsense. So I totally get why the sources insist on this daily practice. And they give really concrete examples, don't they? Like, just say what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. Simple stuff.
Yeah. Or greet your family or even just yourself in the mirror. Good morning.
Yeah. Or describe your surroundings. The wall is white. I see a window. It's low pressure, just getting the words out.
And each small action builds something. Narrating your day reinforces vocab and sentence structure naturally. Greetings build social confidence. Describing things sharpens your observation and uses the words you've learned. It all works together to make you more comfortable through that consistent practice.
It really does make English an active part of your life, even in tiny ways.
Exactly. It's about making it real, not just an academic exercise.
And it hammers home that consistency point again, those rapid fluency gains the sources mention from just a few minutes daily. That's powerful. You don't need hours blocked out, just that intentional, regular effort.
Every single day. That's the takeaway.
Okay, so let's recap. 4 essential steps lit up by our lighthouse.
Nail down the alphabet and
Okay,
sound.
grasp those basic grammar rules.
Build that core vocabulary.
And crucially, practice speaking every single day.
It's not 4 separate things, is it? It's one unified approach to building that solid English foundation. It should lead you towards fluency.
Absolutely. It's a practical roadmap. Hopefully it helps you feel less overwhelmed and more like you have a clear path forward. We really hope you reflect on this. Maybe think about which step feels most important for you right now. Where will you focus first? Yeah, where will you start? And as you get going, here's a little something to think about. What surprising connections might you start making? Between things that seem separate, like that tiny difference between a letter's name and its sound, or how just one little be verb holds a whole sentence together. How might noticing those things speed up your own unique path to fluency?
Interesting question.
Something to mull over. Think about that. Catch you next time on The Deep Dive.